CS Operation Cupid coming to its conclusion. We are just one step away from the grand finals. Those are up next. We've got our finalists sealed in, ready to roll. My name is Vincent, joined by Why Not, has been the case all weekend. There he is. A pleasure as it has been all of this time. We have an accounting firm up against tuition fees, or, well, farming those tuition fees. snufaffu up against Anarchy. That's kind of the if you split it down the middle, that's where we're at. A final that sort of anticipated. snufaffu's tuition farm, they were the favorites coming into this thing. Anarchy, on the other hand, I think they were amongst the conversation. I wouldn't call them favorites by any means, especially when they're in their group.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps that they're one of the very few teams that are full in this entire tournament. That have LAN experience for the majority of them. They have a lot as far as they're now warmed up into what is Sasha's first ever LAN. So it's a lot of moving pieces, but at the same time, those moving pieces, they might seem unstoppable, but I think they might just run into the immovable object. I'm not going to lie. I think snufaffu team now, also having rectified a lot of their issues and also shown a lot of their strength, the top side of things is going to be something that's hard to really snap back from. And given that we have a best of three, we have not seen Anarchy play outside of their first of the quarterfinals, which looked pretty good. Wasn't blowing us away by any means. They go into their next game, they take that 1-2-0, so they themselves might have leveled up their match just as well, because on the inverse of that, it's snufaffu who were pushed to their brink on the semis and were easy going in the quarters.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a difference, but in the same way, right? Pushing to the limits with regard to the quarterfinal there. We got to watch Zealous push all the way to a third map, though snufaffu needing all three onto that Anubis for the semifinal. This is the snufaffu tuition farm, as you can see. I think the thing that I've been impressed by, obviously snufaffu individually was really good for the majority of that series in the semis that we just kind of watched, but I was like super impressed with both Bones and Cameron's step up. Wilson had some like insane entry rounds as well on the T side of Anubis. There was a lot of like additional support, I feel. The conversation was just snufaffu for a second there, but that was definitely not the case by the end of that semifinal.
I mean, as the games had gone by, it was getting a little bit more reasonable to expect that if we were on one of the POVs of the snufaffu team players who got a kill, we could pretty reliably switch to the next POV and have them get one just as well. And that just continued to snowball until the last map, right? It built itself up, where in the first map it wasn't exactly that. It was actually far from it. But if you look at the line linearly from map 1 to 3, I think that will change and shift. As we look over to the other side of things, though, on the side of Anarchy's crew, it also seems like they are doing a lot more of the same, but in the good ways, right? In the ways that we were anticipating them to, relying on AGN to be a bit of a shut-in in some areas of the map, allowed to just sit and hold as they do so well, whereas the Twinkinator, similar, but with a little bit more of an aggressive style with the room to work on certain maps as well. Lord of Pies intermittently in between them. Sasha on the ops, starting to get a little bit more comfortable, get the ball rolling, and Anarchy, the in-game leader, the one at the ring.
Yeah, I think that this Anarchy accounting firm team has definitely some firepower to it. I do think that they're likely to run up against the level that they haven't seen since facing this snufaffu team in the group stage. Obviously, as you saw, snufaffu and Anarchy both in the same group, and that was the only loss for Anarchy in that group. But let's jump over to the veto. Let's talk about this. Nuke was the expectation with regard to the AAF pick. That was what snufaffu told us. He seems to be right on that one. Nuke is exactly where we start this thing out. Dust 2, a pick of this Anarchy accounting firm. We haven't seen since they played a very easy game. I think it was against Weaponized Incompetence.
Do you know what the map was they played against them in the groups?
I think that was the Dust 2 one.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. That was Thinkers Academy that I'm thinking of.
So
we did see,
Dust 2 then.
Point that I'm making, we did see AAF on Dust 2 in the group stage. And we did see a little bit of that, not here on the stream for snufaffu. That's what they pick into. Not interested and not able to lean on that Mirage like they had before, as it's banned out in the first round of bans. Ancient Overpass gone. Anubis are Decider once again. Honestly, the Anubis Decider, not at all a surprise.
This ought to be fun. I think it's kind of like a culmination of everything that we've seen from beginnings to end of day 1 and now into day 2. It's a lot of the old, a little bit of the new, BIS, as we have at that one at the end. and it's going to be that, I think, Dust 2 that's really going to be the biggest of the difference makers for me, because Nuke, that's something I think we've seen like some decency from the side of Anarchy's squad, but also some holes that I think particularly snufaffu's team may be able to take on through. I'm speaking particularly when it comes down to the Anarchy T side in moments where they set themselves a little bit too far apart for my liking, where their trades are going to need to be like that. I snapped my finger, for those of you who couldn't hear it. But you're not going to get opportunities when it comes down to being, able to find yourself in, oh, I just lost my teammate, well, let me take new space. Probably not going to happen, because they're going to set themselves up for whatever is to come next, given the fact that they've seeded all. That last Nuke game, they've had conversations that should have led them in the right direction as to what needs to be done.
I think I have concerns about Nuke, but in a different direction a little bit.
Sure.
I was specifically still talking about the T side, but for me, the amount of support or lack thereof that AGN has, the amount of responsibilities that he has typically on this T side, I think could be a concern against shooters that are shooting as well, at least in that semi that snufaffu have. That's where I'm at. We're going to get into it. Pistol round underway. It looks like the target could be A, though plenty of opportunity with presence towards ramp to go there as well.
Thrown out all they've got. Sasha's already through the door. Dispatched of the first of them, the next of them, even easier, so it would seem. 2 bullets is all that it'll take, and Cameron is not stopping there, pushing forth, eventually realizing when they need to reel it in, because they've gotten everything done for their team in this round, and going down would only open up a new way back. 2-man advantage is awesome, but AGN equally as such, trying their damnedest to get any more. The damage has been done, and this round likely done as well, unless Twinkinator on 1 health can put a burst fire bullet through snufaffu. Nope.
Just some for fun Counter-Strike.
Wishful thinking.
Have a good time. If you get a burst, laugh about it and have a good time with it, because that's all that there was on the table. snufaffu's tuition farm really kind of struggling on pistol rounds overall in their semifinal. They won, I think, both of them on Anubis, but prior to that hadn't won a single one. So a nice correction here. As
Or they won one on Mirage. You're asking me before, and I literally just can't remember what even happened.
I'm like running with it because that's what I think happened, and you aren't sure. So
yeah, so I mean, you may as well. Ogura waiting for this door to be a better place to swing from after snufaffu has blasted a pair of them. They're all going to start to look in his way, but will it even matter if they look in his direction? They won't have the means of breaking him down because he has shaken the crowd. The camera even giving a bit of a wiggle as they erupt after an ace and the auto shotgun. What a way to kick it off, yet to die 2 rounds in, and he's absolutely loaded.
I mean, that's the thing. snufaffu had 2 incredible maps in the semi, and how did he put it in the interview afterward? At least I got my bad map out of the way.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, which tells me that, I mean, he's like, yeah, so now I'm locked in for more of the same as well. What we saw on Mirage and on Nuke, it is indeed going to be that here to start us off. At least that one was just an eco round. Anarchy's accounting firm will go back to their usual. Bomb just collected, lot of presence towards yard. This is what you're going to see a lot of, and that's a big opener there from Lord of Pies. Cameron got nothing.
Wanting to go through that, though. Catching the bomb carrier. Wilson tucks it to Africa with the MP9. I mean, it's a solid place to be in, to be honest with you, because he can toy around with pulling the attention back in a way, but yeah, I don't know. It seemed like that one was almost destined to go sour. It had gimmicks in between it that could have worked for them. The sniper rifle, auto shotgun, not going to work out this time, although many a time it will, to be honest.
At that range?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yep, all the time, actually.
We were a little far.
Nope. It kills from that distance, almost in like 3 shots sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's broken. It's really good.
Good, not broken.
He had 10 health after 2 shots.
No, he didn't. He was at half health.
No, he wasn't. He was at like 20.
Wrong guy. You gotta just trust me. Yeah. An early first round here in the grand final that will hopefully set them up for a little bit more. Lord of Pies taking his time on those clears, but his bones breaking open smoke after smoke to not just grab 1, but pluck out 2. There's another nade where that came from, but no vision. Thankful for Anarchy's accounting firm that is the case, because now they move back down onto Secret, where Ogura ready and waiting.
2 players, though. I don't think he's going to be able to get the both of them. Might not even be able to get the one of them if he gets a little bit too antsy on his
No trust,
adjustment.
man. No trust.
He leaves, so he doesn't trust himself. Oh. Spots them, drops a flash.
Nice flash, too.
Calls somebody back. He won't be able to find the both of them from his previous angle. The same will be true when he changes it up. And the rotate also does not yet seem to matter. Doubled in, and Bones was not on any angle for him. Window not secure. Second of the planters, also a little bit exposed. And that's that. 3K for Bones. Great round on the op and a solid way to bring it all back. Bones even getting a bit hype further than I've seen him in a lot of those rounds in the last game, which is saying something because he was getting hype.
Yeah, I mean, he was letting him know. Well, I guess put it that way. Finally, eyes back on the prize here. $1,400 for the first place. snufaffu's tuition farm reliant on Bones for those two openers, and I love that Bones is just staying alive too. Doesn't stick around in garage where there could be a flash play. He's pretty exposed. Just take that and run. AF running back, basically the same round twice in a row. Very different outcomes. A lot more aggressive though into lobby, and AGN not here alone, but he will be felled, as will Sasha, who comes to provide the support, but none can arrive. snufaffu's tuition farm doing a great job. 4 rounds a guarantee.
Now things are getting kind of dangerous. Now things are getting kind of ugly. I mean, we were praising AAF for primarily their ability to hold on in inner, and now that's starting to, as one of their biggest strengths, be torn down round after round. This one being probably the most egregious example of that. A double walk in through the door.
I mean, it's the first time they've really lost that area.
Exactly. It's my problem. It's the first time, probably like ever, they've lost that area, it seems. At least like that, and we're only 5 rounds in. And they're not getting any more money, unfortunately, anytime soon.
No, fresh out of that. At least the loss bonus is still building heavily. Will allow for them a few pistols. Not so much the Kevlars to add addition to them. Only Lord of Pie is getting that extra added bonus. Very much like this is just going to be the A-pop.
Maybe leaving at the worst possible time, but they get through that door. The vent looks like a more likely option because they're all leaning in the way of Squeaky, and entry pathing is not so simple. If you are to go for that, not down through the vent is the one of them. Might have been an accident, actually. He might have wanted to go down, but couldn't quite catch himself inside the smoke. snufaffu was already dispatched of, and now getting back from the ramp has 2 players looking to do the same. But at this distance, these Tech 9s are making it a mockery of a round from snufaffu and co. Frankly, they made the dip.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of dinks in the process. I mean, make it a little bit difficult for the rifles to take those fights, and I mean, just straight up a couple of, to call them like fake misses, not really accurate. And AGN hoping to ensure that Bones can't even escape with his AWP. It might just be that is how it goes down, as he's got multiple on his screen. AGN the one to take him, and there it is. Tech 9s come out successful. Both the A side, like the lurkers up A, winning their fights, and then neither of the ramp rotates can get anything done at all. snufaffu, who is first on scene, also missing the mark.
Last game he was really good at that. Last game he was extraordinarily solid at being able to get down through the ramp and get the player on kill from single door. Didn't need anybody by his side. He just gets that and pulls out. This time, not so much. So now we've seen a little bit of a turnaround of what the expectations were of what AAF were to do well, and now also in the round immediately following, we've seen a little bit of that same sort of thing coming out from the CTs. So for every one, there seems to be another. It's also worth noting that they're drinking high noons.
That's true. Did see that. Cameron is inside here of Secret. Can he get another one? Oh, this does big damage onto Sasha as Agura comes flying back. No, actually through the smoke, pardon me. So this is a classic round setup right now for Anarchy's accounting firm, but snufaffu has already got an ace with his auto shot. He opens the double door. But will he be able to convert that? They go route around him through single instead of double. And so snufaffu survives right to the head off the bomb. Don't want to take that fight. And there's the range. You get a little bit of a look-see in as AGN left alone. This really only works for him if his team gets the bomb down.
Yeah. Yeah. 5, looking real nice. Spawn, looking like the only option, so I guess it's as nice as it could be. AGN is like, this'll do.
Yeah, whatever. I guess I'll sit here.
This is a little unorthodox, but it's working out very, very well, I will say, the ways in which snufaffu's team is now buying. Juggling an AK over to snufaffu, perhaps. What? Is he shooting him? Dude, come on, man. He's doing you a solid, and you're blowing his back out.
No, he was just taking the gun away. He was like...
Oh, he's trolling him.
Yeah.
Oh, kill him. Kill him.
So fast you changed. So quick you turn. Anarchy. Accounting firm going to need to kind of find something similar. Turning point. I'm going to say the word soon, though I don't think that's actually entirely true. There is a little bit more time for them to build back into this half. They don't need anything absurd on this T side. Rarity to see AAF start around with these guard smokes, but nothing behind them. All the T's assembled outside of A and in lobby.
You a little bit of room to later rotate, but I mean, Agora, him being the instantaneous one to do so, that's not a great sign because he's not all the healthiest, but an AK might be able to hit ahead if they head in that direction, but thankfully for him, as well as the rest of the team, they're stationed where they need to be, and they've also stuffed with another smoke. I think it's going to get kind of obvious as to what is happening here when they have Agora down lower and he's not seeing or hearing anything for all this time. I think they should be ready for something in the direction of inner, whether that be a fast rotation back to the ramp or just holding out A like a fortress.
I mean, and they still actually have 3 sort of responsible for A. Bones is going to be quick. He's in heaven right now. 2 on the site, 1 floor. And a nice shot from Bones. Could have more, and he can just do this when all of Hut is covered the whole time. That is a really nice hold out of the CT defense.
So easy. That first shot, pretty tough. Everything else that falls in line after it, by the nature of there being the first on entry, just gone. Like, there's no timing that can be taken. Again, the spacing just a little bit far off to the point where there's nobody who's going to be able to snap back on anybody outside of that player in front side Hut, but there's nobody coming out Hut that's alive any longer anyway.
Yeah, that's the issue, is that there's no Hut pressure at all. I think it was only one person there where he goes down instantly, and I mean, from that, Bones is just free shooting.
It's just Wilson can sit on his hands too.
Yeah, have fun.
Take a sip.
6-2.
The pineapple seltzer.
Oh, no, he's getting knifed, surely.
Oh, actually, we'll be close enough to this ramp. Although, no more headshots for Cameron. And we've been here before. There was the opposite side of the map that time, however. It was over at Signal and Squeaky, but it still might not have changed.
That's a big hold from Wilson. I mean, he's just put this round. Good read. Oh, it's perfect, but it's even better. Agura right there with him. Nice work to play together. That's one of those times in the mid-round where things can get chaotic and you start rotating the wrong direction and get separated.
Could have gone single.
Say again?
Could have gone single in that. It's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, 100%.
And that would have been completely different.
Instead, tag team together as a duo. They set their feet. 7th round guaranteed as Anarchy's accounting firm with AGN's Tech 9 thought they may have found a little bit of time to shine.
Now we just got to make sure we're clearing angles if we're the CT side, right? Like, that was really the only thing that opened up that round to a talk.
Yeah.
snufaffu getting exactly what he wanted and thinking that it was too good to be true. Well, typically, that's the case.
Yeah.
Good angle there from the automatic rifle, tucked in the corner just beneath, whilst Bones actually the one to take the first of those fights, wins it, and he is quote-unquote stuck. And they're going to be focused on dealing with him, but they've got a lot more on their plate to worry for. snufaffu on that second op too, oh no.
Yeah, the second op is terrifying, to be honest. We saw this on Mirage. Hard to find a safe spot. Oh, boy. snufaffu on ramp. Bones out yard. Wilson claiming life in lobby. All right.
I believe I can fly. His body's just like slowly descending down onto the top of Mini. I believe I can touch the sky.
I believe in you too. You can do it.
You put the black and white filter over the screen. I don't know who the player was at the end. I think it was Anarchy. Birth year, death year.
Yep. 8-2. And Tony, this is out of hand. I mean, we're there. I was holding back on that statement before.
Yeah.
Tech9's. Oh.
Yeah.
snufaffu right up ahead of this. The second shot does miss, but he does have some riflers close behind. He's still got to play delay. Sticks around with the 5-7. Not quite the best decision, but feeling that confidence, Agura. Ooh, it's perfect. No bomb plant. It's the pressure applied from both single and double. Lord of Pies can't pull the tech, and that will be 9.
It's going to be one of those games where they just keep swinging. And this isn't, no offense to these guys, the level of Counter-Strike where you have as much protocol and depth to be able to pull from, I think, to solve that. Like, there's just nothing you can do if they're continuously peaking you on points where you're simply either not ready or not able to take the fight back to them. That's where pressure is a real thing on LAN. First ever for some. And you're working up against what's now a mounting lead.
Minute minimum. You were highlighting it in the pre-show. Anarchy's accounting firm. You know, they are a full stack. There's at least that. Oh, and Cameron. I mean, he was here just a round or two ago. Cannot be having that oversight. Things getting chaotic. An accounting firm starting to lose an idea of where to go, but that will alleviate that. Still a person snufaffu is ridiculous. Surely down B is the only option.
Dude, they're just not going to stop moving those snufaffu and the rest of his team. They're just going to continuously try and push around and poke and prod for something more to work for. As Anarchy's on a headshot angle, so too is his opponent. That nade bounces the wall. It still hits him, still takes him down to 37. And look, snufaffu's still going to try to get atop of them. He's forced them into one position. If they fly up the ladder to A, there will be another one ready to rotate, and Wilson is ready for their arrival on B.
AAF. They're just going to sit and wait. I think this is the right call considering how aggressive snufaffu has been. Perfect, but does he anticipate a second? Anarchy reading perfectly, but it's a 1-for-1. Done enough, you would think, has Agura to set Wilson up for a clutch.
Wilson's not in the greatest spot right now. If he can just get quietly up through ramp or even hot footing loudly up to A, but no, he's sticking to his guns. And I think that unfortunately might be the wrong comm because he will be entirely communicated over to his opponent unless he himself is to hear it. His headset has got to be turned up to max.
Wait.
Got 2 flashbangs. Twinkinator's going to probably rotate around maybe here. I don't know what he planted for. Didn't quite catch that.
He planted for hut. It's like back left of the floor position.
Stick it.
Down onto it.
Pros don't fake.
Wilson has the kit to do just that if he were to want to. Doesn't fight from a hut. He is just going to hold for the first moment. Thought he was going to full stick. Now he might. Wilson busty and does connect. Absolutely brilliant from Wilson.
Is that a double dink?
Oh, yeah.
Damn near close. If it wasn't, he got him on a shoulder. I don't care where he hit him. He kills him. He wins it. And everybody smiles. Nothing but. And I got to see the other team's POV. Do we have a cam of that?
Yeah.
A little bit of another one of these hands out, trying to understand what's going on. Another bit of a scrunch look from a couple of members there, not quite sure how to mentally cope with what's come upon them. 10-2 at the half. And listen, Nuke CT side, it's pretty damn good, but I don't know if it's that good.
It's not. What are we in 2015? No, not true. AAF. Individually, not able to stand the test. Oh, Negura, he's so quick. Breaking through, down unbreakable. Sasha overwhelmed, and that's in heaven. Gone as well. AGN, no dice, no chance. Surely not, unless Twinkinator has 5 kills in quick succession on these dualies. They're giving him fights, they're giving him chances, but not enough. Pistol secured, and with that, Nuke probably so as well.
They've awoken the land demons. This is exactly what I think that the group of MCS was kind of known for, and the one that I was hoping to see, but still kind of seeing in spirit right now is just to the pace that they're willing to take against teams who can't handle it.
Yeah, they're...
I beat snufaffu in a draw on LAN. Best of
What
three.
LAN?
Quarterfinals of Fragadelphia, Tap 1.
I mean, yeah, but you had, like, a really good team to carry you.
And I wonder how I got there. Carry you? I was the best in the server, damn it. Why does everybody say that?
To make you mad.
I was the highest rated. I
did it on
clutches.
purpose.
I was the anchor, the support, the second caller, third caller, second upper.
I know.
And that's going to be 12. Listen, talk about me another time. Right now, it's all about the CT's turned 10, now to 12 on offense. snufaffu, MP5. What does he say?
Get a kill? I don't know. Something. Honestly, I don't think it matters. At 12-2, does it even matter?
Yes.
Oh, trash talk always matter.
Another little sprint. Looks like it. Looks like they want to hit it. Looks like they want to push it down deep into the trenches of A. Scout could be nice to soften, but it requires everybody else to hit on their marks just as the same. It's an SMG still to be activated from Anarchy. On the other end of a smoke, losing bodies left and right. And they seem to know where they're at. AGN at the very least, and Anarchy, the namesake of the team against the namesake of the other. Trying to hold on. I think that it's just too much to ask. It looks like we're going to be heading to the second map in this grand final of Dust 2, the map pick of snufaffu and co. after a 13-2 annihilation.
I mean, so utterly, absurdly dominant over the course of that one. No way to even touch base on what you should do next from that point on. And it's just pain, top to bottom. I don't really even think that there's much to like break down there. Just a matter of you got beat, you got bested, and it wasn't even close. It was individual domination.
Need another high noon, maybe 2.
Maybe.
Could be Dust 2 to change that, but it's not their choice. It's not where they thought that their comfort zones would be residing. We'd seen them as a pretty solid force in the one game that we did catch. They were a team that I think was actually strong enough to really overtake in the same way that, frankly, here it was on Nuke. We've got a second map to go to in just a little bit, though. Our grand finals soon to continue. Make sure you come back for Dust 2.
snufaffu Tuition Farm looking for the three-peat. It would be 3 LAN victories here in a row, though we've already got our first map done and dusted, and it was on their opponent's map pick as well. That is the bad news coming into this. We've got Dust 2 up next, and we have seen AAF play it, but snufaffu Tuition Farm have looked damn good.
It's not getting any easier. It ain't getting any easier at all. I mean, it might be just a little bit of a moment's notice there where they can get themselves off to a hotter start, and then it's just a matter of keeping the ball rolling, striking while the iron is hot, whatever analogy you'd like to use. You got to keep killing those damn guys, and they can't seem to get it done. 2 rounds, man, and that was, I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, like not that far into the first half, they had found the first of those 2. And was the second one consecutive?
I think it was, yeah. They were sitting on 2 for a minute.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly if there was a gap in between securing the both of them, but we were having conversations as to like, well, this looks okay, and you know, they can do this, and never really came into fruition, even though they tried their damnedest, right? And I think one of those things that I harked on very early that seemingly proved a premonition was that they just couldn't hold inner. They couldn't hold inner. AGN, maybe even not the one to blame. I think that it was for a lack of trying for some other teams and a lack of cohesion this time, both trying and cohesion.
I mean, they listen, I agree, not really like entirely on AGN. I feel like AAF actually like made some adjustments there pretty early and had a lot more resources in that area of the map, and it still didn't matter. You know, 3 players there, and hold on, Lord of Pines is starting to get active, but snufaffu, he has a Tech 9 on round 1. That is lovely stuff.
He's the raid ball.
Yeah. Not seeing that every day. Like nice little reaggression though. Anarchy's accounting for maybe getting back out. This bomb, it's a little bit dicey, but they are going to make their way up. Cat, Twinkinator almost caught it, but it won't matter.
Catch these hands. What you're gonna catch? A bullet to the teeth. A 3rd kill for snufaffu. A 2nd for his co. And they've got themselves a nice little split between the 2 of them to ensure that they get a nice lead and they continue their aggression from that last map into this one.
Yeah, I mean, kind of looking back at what that semifinal looked like, it was snufaffu's tuition farm. I think mostly because they started off so poorly on Nuke. We saw a lot more early respect in like the second map of that series, just in general, right? They had a little wake-up call here. They're just going as fast as possible, making the most aggressive decision as often as they can. This one's going to be about that B rush. 5-7 at least going to pluck one.
Gotta be somewhat careful about this. Shows sent to the smoke. They're right up against a player. Pull the trigger. Pull it! Pull it! Probably gonna get killed now on a smoke spam if they ain't careful, because there's only 3 players remaining after the first of which they had gotten their kills. Here's the reload. How is he allowed to sneak in that distance? Oh my lord. Okay. Calm down. Cool off. Only the one. Got 2 kills in total, and this round's still very much so theirs. All good. Regain. Breathe, breathe. Oh, hold on. Oof, okay.
Ooh.
AK to recover as well. Galil, excuse me. That ain't bad. Pretty solid stuff, and I think it was mostly a save. That 5.7 is the only upgraded pistol that I had seen. If you're buying out a Zeus, I doubt you're getting armor. So there we see the M4s, and there we see some extra cash exchange, and this is where we'll see probably greatest chance they'll have until that op of Bones is brought through. That's when they really need to begin to fear.
It's been no fear. snufaffu's tuition farm just yet, and they're not going to change that. Molly onto Cat, but they don't slow down too much. Gura gets ahead, and actually, as I say that, they do pump the brakes. Going to wait correctly so that the rest of the team can join up. Flash
Dodging them.
as well, able to get a rotation up and in here. Twinkinator not going to be able to stick around too long, but at least on the ball back, still going to claim 1 life. Anarchy as well. Florida Pies activated, getting stalled significantly as Agura tries to punch in the numbers. Coverage for Cameron is just what they need. Let's flip that. Agura the one covering. Cameron getting the bomb down. 2-on-2. Agura will fall. Cameron in a 1v2, tagged low and too low to survive.
That is close, but definitely a reason to smile for Sasha. New map, new me, new team, all getting a kill. Everyone having their time to shine. Dust has only just begun, and we're finally getting a look into what we know that they can be as a team. I wonder if their aggressions that they were willing to take against those they believe to be lesser than them will reappear now that they have an ample flow of finances that they once had to beg for. Bones getting a scout, next best to what he would have wanted at the end times. As they do go into a bit of a clash. The same will happen over out at long. Just got to keep your ground, hold it, stand firmly. Warrior first with a teammate able to help out. And Deagle not on the mark in money. The best of their weaponry, the last one to show face. And we're tied just as quick as that.
Yeah, a quick reaction. Once the guns get deployed, once they get in there, I think two individuals especially that were particularly quiet for me. Anarchy, obviously, but Twinkinator as well, really struggling for impact on the nuke. Leading to a lot of struggles, this does too. Can just have to forget about that for the time being.
There might be a world where they can now start to break into some multi-kills, start to feel some of their shooters elevated and in motion with bomb towards window.
Like that.
They will fight through that smoke, and yeah, I like to see that there's still some smiles. I mean, well, listen, it's Bro's first LAN, and he's taking it like a champ. Grand final? Absolutely. Friggin' Luli.
Yeah, no doubt.
Still keeping the brain.
I mean, the expectation for AAF here when we talked to them was
Top 4?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, at most, I think was kind of
playoffs. Playoffs is kind of where we're targeting. Top 4 is, you know, the stretch goal, if you will.
They're well above that now.
Oh yeah. in the money, in the grands, and having a grand old time. They're maybe not on Nuke. This is much better. Never held a lead then, but they do now. And Sasha's off.
Careful.
Shooting, but not connecting. Yeah, indeed, careful you have to be. Agura is close.
One flash, it could have been the end of Lord of Pies at any point there. He's lucky they're a little slower now. He's lucky they've actually garnered some respect.
Well-deserved respect, though, to be fair.
For now.
For now. Look at this push. Twinkinator is just straight up pushing along. He's so fast. He's not being shy about this. Gonna have a backstab in a moment. Unfortunately, the B players have gone down, so Twinkinator now has to do something big. And, well, actually, he's a little too late. Even though he was so quick to the trigger, I thought it would have been fast enough. It was not.
Ah, that nade just barely beyond snufaffu, who's at 17. If it was an inch more shallow, Lord of Pies gets a frag, and they may have a look into it. I thought a quick little convo, but back to the hidey holes, back to pit. Back to long doors and snufaffu on the hunt. That's a little bit too much shown there. Not exactly a peek, I would say, in seeing if anybody is looking to catch you. It's actually going to be a full-fledged swing. And I think that they're dead. Guaranteed. Maybe even knifed, dude. He might be in for something silly.
Uh-oh.
I thought at least he was going to pull out the dagger.
At least taking a few with him. There's that. Small advantage there for AAF as Lord of Pies brings some down with the ship. Twinkinator having some ideas, it looked like right there, about what needs to be happening next. T who's going to be alone. Big fight at long. Surely just going to have to fall away. He does. Twinkinator not the fight that he was hoping or looking for. Instead, drop the halfway smoke there and play delay.
It's like a full way smoke through that thing so deep.
Mark likes to call that the FlyQuest smoke. Is that real?
I've never heard of it.
Okay.
It's referring to red when he says that?
I don't think so.
Oh,
but I don't know.
Maybe it is a flag. I don't know. Maybe he's a ball knower.
He's very confident about it, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I'd like to hear his reference, his frame of reference for it. Smoke in hand for Lord of Pies, head just barely being shown over. Not going to get any ramifications for that now, though. Lord of Pies just vying for information that he'll never get. And unfortunately for his teammate, snufaffu has already made his way on. What a spray! Headshot onto Twinkinator. That one looked like it was absolutely masterful. Another one at B. They're playing Splinter, a flash high at Cat, and Lord of Pies has nowhere to go. This round is over and done with, and they know where Sasha's stationed. He already got a kill.
I mean, okay. I was going to say, don't need to actually, like, activate or move in his direction. They do, and they behead him. snufaffu's tuition farm right back to the winning ways. Cut down AAF in 2 back-to-back rounds to force them onto the eco. Not the first time feeling, but a return to those that will not be welcome. It is oosps for most.
Molly to the door. That's very well placed, because here they go. They've got to go past it now, and it actually may come back to haunt them that they've gone for such a... These adjustments, these sprays from snufaffu does to see them. Shake off your hand, my friend. That shit has to be hot.
Yeah, that's straight out of refrag, actually.
Wow. His 3rd kill overall. And yeah, he just looks like he's playing refrag.
He does. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. If it's like Crossfire, or or I think it's a different one, but the one where like you can swing, they'll swing
Crossfire, you. Crossfire does the same, yeah.
Yeah.
There's 3. There's X-Fire, which I think X-Fire is a mixture between pre-fire and Crossfire, if I'm not mistaken.
But that's what it looked like right there. You know, you play from long. that same spot that snufaffu was in.
Dude, he's so hungry for another ace.
Yummy, yummy.
Oh, he doesn't go to B. Oh, man. He doesn't know how close he actually was.
He does know how close he is to a full victory here in the Grands.
Do we have a trophy? Does this tournament have a trophy? Do we have a trophy?
I don't know. Broad can tell me.
We have a little plaque.
Yeah. So, yes.
How close he is to the plaque.
There we are.
Straight up plaque in it.
A lot of utility being deployed over at long for snufaffu not to take any.
Not live.
Oh.
Good at telling that nowadays.
I've been baited like 3 times, to be honest, which is both rare and probably unacceptable for me. Little TS Tech.
Team speak. Team, I can't hear you. Speak?
Hello.
Can't hear you. Speak?
Hello.
You've been moved.
Disconnected.
Channel switched.
I hope somebody is in Team
Sound
right
resumed.
Now.
Microphone activated. User join your channel.
That does actually jump scare me. The user joined your channel one.
Hey, wake up. Yo.
One time, was
Wake
it
up.
you? Was it you who poked? No, it was definitely Mark who poked me mid-broadcast in TeamSpeak, and I like jumped out of my chair.
Yeah, that guy freaks me out.
That's
That's the kind of guy in Discord to play the knocking sound effect on the window, or the wall, I mean.
That was good.
No, it's not.
That one's hilarious.
I got my buddy Alex so many times during COVID. Oh my god, it was so fun. I like a counter. How many times I could get him, bro? He gets so mad.
It just sounds so real. It just sounds so real. There's reality to it.
I'd like to go in depth on what actually was said, but not be
for safe for work.
Yeah. Either way, the game that we've had thus far has been one, certainly, of a little bit of a revitalization, a little bit of a revival. Nothing actually all that major as far as being a runaway game this time for either squad, so that's good. There might be longevity yet for this best of 3.
Yeah, I think there's a possibility. Like the thing that I was a little bit worried about in that like transition between map 1 and map 2 is just mentally being knocked out of it. And from the way that I was like seeing the Anarchy side like look and like honestly just like some smiles on the face, like laughing, still having a good time, joking, that's definitely not the case. You know, I think they also know that they come into this against like the favorites for the entire tournament, and they're not under any sort of aspersions that there's going to be an easy win in this series. They know it's going to be hard. Nuke was certainly one of those, and I mean, though it didn't go how they would like, they can still win on Dust 2.
Yeah, it still can. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's getting a little bit, to be one of those moments where you don't want snufaffu to be as strong as he is on a rifle right now, and you don't really know how to stop that other than start to stuff a little bit of utility, man. Honestly, hit like a timing flash. Get this guy dead before he even gets the chance to get up in your grill, because then he's going to look for the next. He's going to get on the prowl, and knowing him, he's probably going to find the second player. So we'll see if that will happen. Not after a break, but after we get back into our map right now. It's been a very short period of time. Oh, no.
You promised the world, and you've delivered nothing. How do you feel? So anyway, hey guys. Promised the world, delivered nada, but it's not your fault. We got baited. So it's okay. Lord of Pies, it's his fault. Blame him. Let him know in the chat. Yeah, a little bit of a tech issue still plaguing us on this one, but yeah, I guess to continue on that, we will be stepping into a break. Apologies for the delay, but we're gonna jump back in as soon as we're ready to roll. We told you it would be brief. Tony might be a liar, but I am not. And with that, have this 5-3 score line continuing. AGN, poor guy, getting tagged out and tagged down on the cross. snufaffu breaks it open. Anarchy only to allow for one. This molly from Wilson gonna be right on target. Twinkinator activated. It's only a little bit of damage.
So crazy. It's flow state. It's flow state. snufaffu doesn't find anything short of 2 kills nowadays. Dropping into spawn. Sasha's on the other end of the box. He's got to run for his life. This is such an ugly game, not because they're just throwing or because they're playing poorly, but because he's just blowing them away. He's in lower tons. He's got his pistol out, for God's sake. It's finally silenced, but
Yeah,
for what? Another 30 seconds before we start the next round?
basically.
Yeah.
17-5. Just the numbers. It feels
The
absurd.
numbers, Mason.
What will we do about the
What,
numbers?
what will we do about them? What do they mean? What will we do about the numbers, Mason? They're attacking.
They are, and they keep getting bigger.
Little flashbang. Little op in the back of the site. Soon to be. No way. No way he'll be cleared. The next of these players is in tons. It's op v op, though. Bones, not going to get his. Sasha. Okay. Well, he gets a shooting gallery. It's only 3-6. It's only 3-6.
No, it feels like it's so much further.
Feels like we're at like 10-3.
It really does, and that's because we were at like not 10-3 but 10-2, not very long ago on Nuke.
10-4.
Roger that. Anarchy's accounting firm, and they're attempting to be back. Sasha, he had the right idea, had the information, pulled the trigger a little late.
They're out long,
Oh
though.
my gosh, Cameron too. He's so quick for this.
snufaffu wants to go around the smoke over it long after Cameron is to make a contact point and play. Sasha, will he clear it close this corner? It's been smoked in the middle, so I don't think so. That was close. That was right over his shoulder, though.
Yeah,
That's
very
unfortunate.
close. Reaction on catwalk. Cameron, he's still under pressure. This should be his death. Should be his demise. He's not going to be looking in the right direction. Blindsided.
Accelerate.
For Lord of Pies, though, got to receive that acceleration. Twinkinator on Cat. Tag team this pretty well. Is there any utility to support him? Not exactly. Anarchy not in position, but Lord of Pies still delivering. AGN, there he goes. Nagura, though, he burns Twinkinator alive. This is still very winnable for snufaffu. Bones.
Check one more time.
Oh, he's not.
He will.
But it's too late.
He's already rounded this corner. He's going to walk right into it, or he'll zoom at the worst time. This is insanity. I can't imagine the patience it would take, as the zoom might have been unheard. Anarchy can't be sure.
He's not going to swing because he heard the zoom. He thinks he's zooming on him.
Yeah, he's waiting for something to happen from AGN, perhaps, but now he's got to make it happen himself again. The worst timing. It could have been any second other than that, and Anarchy would have had himself a 1-versus-1 with the side player, but AGN may have it instead. Turns his back, smoke will plume, and Bones knows where he goes. Knows he elevates to the top side of the site. The boxes aren't safe. Nowhere is on A, so long as someone stands from snufaffu's team.
It's Bones, top to bottom in that round. You love to see that, and it's so frustrating watching that long fight start to come through, start to come down, because the decisions made on the CT side at every time, at every moment, are so reasonable. You hear the scope and you think, surely that's meant to be a situation where he's scoped on me. He's looking back long, and that's not the case. Oh, so frustrating there for Anarchy's accounting firm, and they don't even know. They don't even realize.
They don't even know. AGN, I think he was seen getting into that corner, so he's got to get out of there. He's got an offer trained on him on the other side of the map. It's not Bones, it's snufaffu, but now they've got to say to themselves, where the hell is the real offer? They unmask him and find that he was a ruse. Old man Jenkins.
Old man Jenkins!
And snufaffu would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling Counter-Strike players.
Accountants.
Oh, okay, blasted.
Bang!
Twinkmeister, man. Twinkmeister.
Twinkmeister. Bones. Elevation. It's 2-on-2. Anarchy only with the deagle, though.
Miscom.
Bomb going to be grabbed. Bones so low. Just one bullet. Any bullet. But Anarchy, he can't connect it, and with both rifles in hand, they will take it with ease. Starts like we're running. Or seems like we're running now. You know, we were talking about it's only 3-6. It's not a big deal.
Cope.
That's true, or at least it was.
Yeah.
But now it's 3-8. And I'm starting to feel like it's a big freaking deal.
Yeah, it might be. It just might be. That one there was probably predominantly expected to be lost in the first place, though. A nade to try and show off what their movements are to look like out in this direction with a smoke that's kind of missed, but Sasha's gonna miss the same way. Has the nade. Out of Cat, double up, double in, dinked onto Cameron, and an HE off that box would have been his doom. But he still sticks into it, and honestly, that round could have been finished right then and there. I was gonna say his life, though, might make it something to work for. He's gone.
Goodbye.
Dunkaroos, baby.
You do love those.
Nah, they're okay.
2v4. Oh, why am I believing? Why am I starting to believe if Wilson were to get this kill, it would be a chance. The kill he does claim.
Bomb down.
Of course, but still, opens up a little bit of an avenue, and they got so much time. They can play with it.
That smoke actually kind of hinders his lower teammate from getting any help if he is to go wide. Spotted. Oh, man. Even jumping off the Xbox, Lord of Pie is creating a bit of a diversion.
All right, so now it's done.
The game.
The round.
Can Anarchy win the game?
Seems a little bit overzealous.
Nope. It's happening.
Sorry, they got knocked out in the quarters. Ooh, zealous.
I'm going to knock you out with quarters.
Wow. That sounds painful.
Yeah. Imagine Wilson imagining a better world than this. The reality that he lives where he's got to win the 1 versus 3 to turn the half. It won't happen. There's still a shot. There's still a room to work if you are the accountants. This firm needs to remain as such.
Yeah, but this foundation, I don't know how firm it is. It might be quite sandy. At least in current build and quality. Minimum, though. Put a little delay or maybe a stop for now. This snufaffu's absurdity.
Terror.
Yeah. I don't know. Pick your descriptor.
They're going to give them a little bit of their own medicine here with a fast play. Throwing it in their face, but we've also seen them do this similar stack. I don't know if it was this team. I think it was a completely different one who just literally sat outside tons. Is this actually, wait, is that the strat that Anarchy did on their CT side against the last team we watched them play, and they also sat outside tons?
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy. What a demo read. Smoke is too far.
And
it do not matter. Actually, it's just far enough.
Round is too far as well. Out of view, out of reach.
Yikes.
There for snufaffu. The tuition, not yet guaranteed. So Anarchy's accounting firm have at least broken through for the pistol round. Of course, it's no surprise, Tony, to see that snufaffu have invested.
Only 3 things in this life are guaranteed, Vincent.
Yeah.
Death, taxes, and that when you try to peel off the lid of the orange juice when you get it from the store, that it only takes off the plastic part and the paper part will remain, and you've got to kind of scoop it out with your own finger, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, that's true. That does happen every time.
Yep, and right now, snufaffu on what seems to be not really a lot to battle back. They've gotten the scout that has gotten a kill, flying and flooding up towards the A site that's already been taken. That's okay. It's this long take they need to read.
Yeah, they're really separated about this, too. And, yeah, read into AGN's position. They might. They very much might. Wow! Oh, my gosh! Shut up! AGN! Stop it! Stop it!
It's not real.
He's just done the impossible. Made that possible, if not probable. AGN.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. But it would have been funny.
Ooh, but this won't be very funny. Oh, okay, what a shot from the scout, though. I was going to say if he goes down without a thing, guns to be grabbed. Damage that's been garnered, but very similar to many rounds, I feel like, that do get that close. It's great. You know, thumbs up, but they wanted a win. They needed a win. They were fighting for a win. That's the final goal in which they were hoping to bring across the line, not damage. Back to the old grind.
I know you're gonna love this, but Scoot, Cameron, will it be able to do much of anything against the opposing scout? That's the question. Nah.
Probably not.
AGN entry over towards long. No, sorry, that's B. I was seeing them go out long. That's where the rest of AAF are located. AGN heating up is such a huge sign, though, for this game, this series, not being over.
Should be just these pistols looking for exits amongst nothing else. They're 40 seconds to do it. As they extend play, paid by the round. Looking like there's a world of full regulation.
Not these guys, too. I've watched so many paid by the round Counter-Strike teams lately.
Yeah, well, it's the new meta. That's why esports orgs are so poor.
You know, it's starting to make sense now.
Yeah.
They should just stop doing that, huh?
Yeah, I agree. Bones actually might get knifed here. No, not quite, but next best thing. Tapped out by AGN. That AK would be very nice. Anybody coming to get me? Wilson on the peak, trying to beat them to it. If he just hit, probably would have saved it, though.
Yeah, but I mean...
But you mean what?
He had no way there was going to be that. He heard him coming.
Sit behind the car. Turn around. Got a big piece of metal right behind you to duck behind.
Okay, that's valid.
snufaffu tag. Not the beginning that he was hoping. Now already the heaviest of hitters might have been softened, but the blow much more fatal when it comes to Bones.
Making no bones about his AWP.
Yeah.
Clear about that. Classic flash there for Cat, but smoke dropped on their location at the same time. AAF won't be able to break through for another moment. Actually, they just go. Molly goes through. Gurr about to drop one of his own. AAF really putting that together quick.
They might rely on AGN right now. I wonder. It looked like he kind of wanted to throw that lurk smoke, but I think he's actually been told to kind of sit and wait to activate as this pressure starts onto Cameron. He's got a teammate still facing in either way. This SMG will be hit with a bit of a hard ask, and by this task, he only needs to kill AGN, but there's a smoke in between the both of them. This is really awkward. They know he's in tunnels. They could just spam into it. He's got to be sitting inside.
I don't think they are fully aware. They know it's a possibility. No, they definitely knew. My bad.
Oh, man.
AGN taking him down. Still, AAF not done yet. Not sure thing. snufaffu farm getting back in. And honestly, that looked like it could have been a little bit of something. It's nothing. And with that, they are so back. AAF making this recovery so very fast off the pistol in the second half.
Yeah, this is not what snufaffu and the troops are used to.
I mean, snufaffu in particular been limited since he was like 17-3.
You just run around on an AKT side, but CT side not exactly the same level of ability to do something of that nature. Can't just start walking through everything. Not going to get you any kills that way, at least. So you just better walk through the long smoke. I'm pissed off. He just called me a moron. He just called me a moron live on the broadcast.
You're kind of stupid for that. You should have seen that coming. And yeah.
You kidding me?
You can't just walk through smoke.
You can't keep getting away with this.
Big one from snufaffu. And now they're about to go into B. Look at how many players are about to be on the B bomb site as well. Sasha isolated. About to be re-cleared. Oh my gosh, the timing could be brutal for Sasha. Thankfully he sees, but won't be prepared. AAF don't want to go into that B site, not without any information. I think correctly so. Now snufaffu so set up for this blind. Stakes in a little bit early. Doesn't let his teammate activate first. The drive-by won't be there. But there's still so many more. Yeah, they still think, no, surely there can't be more B, but there is. Ultimately, Twinkinator tagged low as Cameron won't be tested.
They have to realize that the last of them will be over at B, man. But even then, Cameron with helmet and Kevlar, they're low, and he can get guns. They're not going to be able to stop him from doing so. 16 seconds now. He's got to also realize that time is on his side to be able to do that. So once this is planted, he'll hot-foot it over, and he'll have a real go at this with an AK somewhere, somehow. He's got to grab a grasp of it.
snufaffu's M4 in the corner, at least, for sure.
There it is. Ammo should be at least half. Indeed it is.
Oh, the swing nearly punished. AGN just barely surviving. Now, all the utility that they have can just be deployed. Cameron has to step through the molly, and that surely should be the end of it. 3 bullets, so now onto the 5-7. Out to Gandalf, it's AGN.
Oh my, no kid. That's it. Should be done. 1 bullet, he cannot be on the run after, even if he is to hit that, but there's the lead for Team Anarchy. The lead.
How does that feel?
It feels good.
Yeah,
I
hadn't said that yet. This whole series has essentially been snufaffu Tuition Farm leading from the very start. Just a brief peek at that start of Dust 2.
Just got a phone call from the college I graduated from a year and a half ago that we don't have classes tomorrow because of inclement weather. So
good to know. Good to know.
Go. Opening pick though. I think snufaffu is going to start to get a little bit like. I mean, already he kind of got a little antsy. He kind of got a little shaky and walking in through long. That was his like, I guess, answer back to what's been happening. They need to get a little bit more layer than that.
Yeah.
A little bit deeper, a little bit more involved with more than one, and him now already being tapped out of this round. Oh, no, that's tough, but even tougher, the Molotov going to separate them. Oh, that could have been way worse, to be honest with you, if there was one player at Cat from the CTs. Holy crud.
Nobody there, thankfully, for AAF at least. Need to be. He's going to fake like that's the case.
Through long doors.
Oh, you're right. Agura over there. Knows that can't be where they're going. It is going to be mid to B. Bones. First kill is his. It's critical that Wilson gets that frag. Otherwise, it would be over. That's the bomb dropped. AGN active, but the last man standing. The fact that they even had a guy pushing up Cat as the third guy to activate is weird, but AGN living will be his goal.
Should be allowed to. They can't afford to be throwing bodies on top of him.
No.
Now with 2 ops that could potentially be brought over and snufaffu and Deadcom saying to grab it.
Give me that.
Give me that. Give me that. I'm joking. I'm joking.
But no, for real. Give me
that. Saying that to Bones.
Brilliant. You laughing at
Chat. Oh, chat. North America, you are funny.
That's all we got. Little jokester. 9-9, tied. It's snufaffu's time to shine. Maybe out of that time currently.
Might be getting flashbacks to how they were operating over on a new.
Wait. Double up, but it's Cameron secondary.
Okay, well, Nate was very adamant on the idea that Cam didn't get the scout, so we'll see if with the upgrade he can do any bit better. He's gonna be bullying them a little bit outside of those long doors. snufaffu actually taking one for the team.
Yeah. Well, he knows, hey, I was hot early, you fed me. Now I'm giving it over to somebody else. Wilson staying go live. Great flash here. Agura comes in to provide that support for Wilson. So much nades.
He's dead.
Utility flying in. Poor guy is not going to be surviving. And Wilson will. A great hold at long between that duo. And AGN, where have I seen this before?
Wilson must be the homie. I have a feeling he's just like kind of like a cool dude. I don't know why I get that vibe. He's just like getting kills, and I'm like, yeah, Wilson, you go, man. Go for it, bro.
I think you're just a Wilson supporter.
I don't know. Something about Wilson, bro. He's like I'm never screaming Wilson's name, but like Wilson gets kills and I'm like, good freaking job, Wilson. Good freaking job, man. Like, nice, Wilson. Good kill, man. No saving this time.
Sound like he's Make-A-Wish here or something.
Dude, no. I just think that, like...
That's what you're saying.
Well, like I said before, saying somebody's name is not inherently a good thing.
That's very true.
I think I've said more people's names in this server right now than his in a negative light. So...
all publicity, not good publicity.
Well, I guess you could say that.
Something like that. Anyway. Might be closing the distance here with that.
Mighty Glocks.
AAF left with peanuts.
I love peanuts. That HE grenade could go high and wide just behind. Sasha to take a little bit of it, a good bit, the most of it, but still standing. Getting that rifle. Players with armor, not even one. Cameron, though.
But he's just got an AW.
Just.
Oh, no. That missed shot, that nade's going to go too deep, not going to do too much damage. He's still playing confidently. At least now he's got a rifler. More where that came from. Agura there as well. They back away. We won't be having any more of that here today. We concede.
1 minute. Bones, he's not playing mid, not playing B. His AWP only just now getting a sight line onto what will be the middle of mid and on the ramp. Goodbye to the first of them, through the door, the next, and they will all fall one after another after seeing what their teammate had done next to them. Monkey see, monkey do. They jump off the bed, they hit their head, and now none of them will be doing so anytime soon. The doctor said no.
Can't do it. Not with the doctors on the other side.
You want to jump on the bed, bro? Can't, man. Doc said no.
Can't do that. Sorry. snufaffu. Good. Oh, my Lord. And that's why he's got the secondary on the jump. Cameron denies. Now snufaffu gets aggressive. Man down lower as well. And that, too, is an AWP. Bones. Oh, but he can't pivot to the second kill. snufaffu's tuition farm bringing everything as Wilson comes flying out long, drops the bomb. And with that, it's not AGN, but Anarchy, who's going to be sitting on the outside looking in.
Bringing the house down, dude. I've seen people hit that shot on the player jump spotting, but I don't know if it was a wall bang through the box or through the door, but either way, the reaction is great. But this round's not all done. That's 2 kills now for Anarchy. They've not used any of their nades in order to acquire them, and they've also lost no HP points in order to do so either. They know for a fact that Cameron was mid-doors. He could only have rotated in one way or the other and can't be in T-spawn. The timing for Agura, though, the long player, that entirely at wide open, and just pressing pause. They're going to need to worry about their extremities in a few seconds here. He's created a little bit of chaos. The player's name might be exactly what they need in order to win this clutch. A molly and a smoke to go along with it.
Yeah, but Agura just needs to not move. I mean, he's got a great look at where this could be coming from. Got to put trust in Cameron. It's Cameron who has to keep moving back and forth. And moving he is, but Cameron spots it out. Good work from Cameron. Aggressive round from the start to the finish.
Black point, baby. Black point.
AAF. Money in the bin. They can afford, what? Just a few bits and bobs. Leals for 3.
Not an AK to be seen.
But,
snufaffu with a shotgun.
Bang, bang.
Let's see what he's got. Jump spot again. I mean, if Cameron can do it, so too can Bones. But he's not going to go for anything too crazy there. The blow to the door. Shot through the smoke I thought would actually have connected. It was pretty damn close, but speed. Speed is going to need to be the name of it. Cameron, he's got a smoke, an incendiary. That has sold a one after another. They'll go into the meat grinder. Maybe an ace with 1 bullet left. And that is what gets them their title.
Cameron, it might be with a C, but he is the king as he punches them down. No chance to bring that thing back as AAF devastated. snufaffu, tuition, fun. It's the 3-peat, baby. Back to back to back victors. This one here at Operation Cupid. Absolutely incredible as they take the $1,400 first prize.
In 2, by the way. In two. Not a third required. Barely even double digits in the totality of both maps played required.
True.
If you put them together, it is breaking that threshold by, what, 1? Or not even?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's insane to me.
13-2, and then 13-8?
Yeah, you're hitting double digits right then, but I don't think they could be too upset about that. I think that was a very valiant attempt. That was a great run from a group of players that, again, we had mentioned in the interview, weren't exactly anticipating to even make it this far. At the very least, not as their bottom level goal. They'd broken through that. Absolutely smashed the semifinal, to be frank, in a moment where they had gotten themselves up on the stage and ready to make it happen. It got damn near close. I got 11 rounds in those two maps put together, but Dust 2, I'm glad to say it was at least a valiant attempt. But snufaffu, he just kind of like dusted off his hands and said, maybe it's time I get back up to my old no good.
Yeah, I think that Nuke, there was like, it was just a non-factor, a non-conversation, just because of the fact that we got so deep into that thing, and it just individually was just too much to handle. Dust 2, on the other hand, there was absolutely a bounce back. There was something to be had there for Anarchy's accounting firm, but ultimately, snufaffu, Tuition Farm, your victors. Here's how the bracket was actually done and dusted. We got to actually cover, I think, the best games in this bracket.
I didn't get even one game as sedated, though. That was kind of a bummer. I was really looking forward to one of those.
It's too bad, pal.
We anticipated them again that semifinal, to be honest with you, so I'd say that there were upsets here and there.
Definitely true. I think, and the fact that Big Dog able to push snufaffu Tuition Farm just a little bit. I think that proves kind of where they were against that sedated roster a little bit as well. But a victory there for snufaffu's Tuition Farm, as we highlighted. $1,400.
What are you laughing at?
Well, I was just told that we have the entire team, the entire squad on the interview, which is going to be very exciting.
Get them on in here.
There we go. Agura and company. You've taken over from snufaffu, I guess, as making sure to let them know what's up. Absolutely fantastic overall performance
Thank you.
from you guys. Just want to say congratulations first and foremost, but I guess to follow that up, you guys were coming in confident, but there was some moments where it got a little bit wild there on Dust 2.
Yeah, we play very loose, and sometimes you win by that, sometimes you lose by that.
Yeah, I didn't notice the loose play after what was pretty much 4 or 5 rushes in a row at the end of Nuke, and then I think 2 to 3, maybe even 4 rushes at the beginning of Dust 2 as well. You guys clearly had the aggression in your mind, and you were looking to steamroll them. And I just want to know what your ideas were inside of the server when that wasn't working, when that eventually stalled out and they started to actually climb back on you, because it didn't last long. Bye, guys. See you later, guys. See you later.
It's because they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, partially, sometimes we want to double down, depending on the information I'm getting from my teammates.
Right.
But otherwise, if we're just taking bad fights, just really stupid fights, then we can still play with pace and aggression, but with a little bit more discipline.
Okay.
But yeah, otherwise, shout out to my my LAN team, for the buy-in. It's rare that you get 3, 4 or 5 guys together who are willing to just run it down, even in a close game. So,
yeah. Hell yeah.
So obviously you have played a lot with snufaffu before, like online and whatever. But I also wanted to tag on snufaffu when we had him on the interview beforehand for the semifinal, was talking about this is 3 events that he's been to. Were you a part of those 2 previous teams that they also had, or no?
Yeah. I was a part of the first one, not the second one. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So just
you're building
a
legacy now.
The venue's great, man. I mean, this place is super cool. They've got great food, which I think is rare for this kind of venue.
Yeah, any drinks?
Yeah, it's real well ran. Not a lot of tech issues, honestly. If you've been to other events, you know, sometimes you're getting like 3, 5, 6, 8-hour delays, and I don't know. I haven't experienced that or heard that, so yeah.
Well, I guess we got to put to bed the real question that we had. How much of the prize pool is actually going to snufaffu's tuition?
Not a single cent.
Going out for the drinks tonight.
Yeah, it's just the name, but honestly, I got to take credit for the logo that we made. I think it's fantastic. I love it. So, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Listen, I don't want to keep you here for too long. Go celebrate with the boys. It's been a long one. You guys have had a day, and I'm sure you're looking to get to whatever it is you got cooking next. You say that thank you to my LAN team. I'm sure you guys are going to have fun, and he can thank you there as well. So we appreciate you so much. Right, Agura? Right, Vincent?
Yes, we do. Thank you. We appreciate it. And, yeah, go celebrate with the boys.
Yeah, and thank you for casting.
Yeah, absolutely. It was
You
also
know, I'll see you around at a frag, maybe, Tony. I think I met you once or twice.
Maybe
Yeah.
at York. Maybe at York. We'll see.
Maybe we'll see. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we just faded him out of his
No,
later, Agora.
love that guy though. A lot of fun. They had a lot of fun. A big victory here. The three-peat for snufaffu in particular. And yeah, I mean, I think that kind of leads us towards the finishing stages of this thing. Any closing final thoughts? Any statements?
No, first of all, I mean, I came into contact with this company through you. This game arena tournament has been honestly really fun. I think the production has been really great. To be honest with you, I had a blast, and I appreciate the players for being so hospitable with us with the interviews as well.
Yeah,
not something you often get as regularly as we did. They were an absolute blessing, and I think that was probably one of the highlights that you were already ready for off day one.
Yeah.
You mentioned it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that is going to do it for us. We've crowned a champion on this one as well. snufaffu's tuition farm, 0% going to the tuition, unfortunately, but a massive win. The three-peat, they are our champions here at GACS Operation Cupid. That, though, is going to do it from us here on the stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. It has been a pleasure, and we'll see you next time. For now, peace out. Have a good night.